Hi Earth guys, rather, Earthlings. I'm Heliantic. I have a name and appearance for availability perception. Listen to what I tell you about your planet, on land, about her birth, childhood and adolescence. Earth was not always so blue planet. About 5 billion years ago, globe was the same fireball as the sun. But solar energy will be enough for billions of years of continuous radiation. And the energy of the Earth did not last long because its mass is about 330,000 times smaller than the mass of the Sun. The surface of the Earth cooled down under the influence of space cold and covered with cold crust, dotted with a network of cracks. This hardened minerals from the non-volatile molecules, almost the same as the lava hardens and is now flowing from volcanoes. Stars and planets are composed of stellar matter, elementary particles, compressed by gravity to a superdense and extra-weight state of matter. On the surface of superdense nuclei proceeds continuous fusion reaction matter at which release a huge amount of energy that radiates stars. Unlike stars, this energy from the cooled planets remains in the plasma sheath covering fusion boiler. Randomly moving and colliding protons and electrons combine to form atoms and ions with different atomic weights. Then they move into the mantle, the ever-growing layer of high-temperature melt. And the greater the atomic weight, that is, the more protons and electrons involved in the synthesis of the atom, the less often it occurs in the world. This explains the abundances of chemical elements in nature. And so the most common atom is a hydrogen atom and its gaseous molecule. Original diameter of the Earth was about twice the diameter is less than the present, as there were no mantle, no crust, no atmosphere or hydrosphere. Over time, a relatively thin crust of the Earth around the major lithospheric plates beginning to crack from the pressure of the growing volume of the mantle. The volume of the mantle is growing due to continued synthesis of new atoms and molecules. Consequently, the diameter of the Earth is constantly growing. During cooling the surface of the Earth mantle, magma is coming out through a large number of cracks. Not only thickens the crust, but the initial atmosphere is saturated with gases, which keeps the Earth's gravity. Hydrogen molecules in the atmosphere are reacted with oxygen molecules to form a molecule of water. Condensation of water vapor from the atmosphere led to the formation of the hydrosphere, boundless ocean. This ocean, Panthalis, covered the entire surface of the Earth's crust for hundreds of millions of years. In this broth of various chemical compounds of carbon-based molecules appeared proteins which consist of living cells. This was the birth of life on Earth. During the next couple of billion years of the simplest living organisms happened, thanks to the evolution, many aquatic flora and fauna species, inhabiting vast expanses of ancient ocean. Under the soil continents are fossil shells and skeletons of ancient fauna, and organic debris turned into oil. Increase in surface area of the globe has slowed the growth of the Earth's mantle. Increasing pressure mantle eventually became increasingly compensated by the eruption of underwater and terrestrial volcanoes. Pattia surface under Panthalis became thicker and of indiscriminate cracks formed continental plates, while still under the water. Increase in the Earth's surface, crustal thickening, and changing the bending radius of the lithospheric plates, All this led to the expansion of some fault between continental plates. Gradually, water began to fill out Panthalus-appeared niches, reducing the level of the ocean. Therefore, for hundreds of millions of years here and there from Panthalus began to break the land. These were islets that are above the average thickness of the plates. The ocean gradually began to recede before the land, reaching modern 70% of the entire surface of the globe. The structure of the Earth gradually gained its present appearance: core, mantle, crust with land and oceans, and atmosphere. Over billions of years, the thickness of the Earth's crust is not significantly increased. The average crustal thickness of 35 to 45 kilometers. The maximum thickness of the crust reaches 75 kilometers beneath mountain ranges. This is because the inner surface of the Earth's crust periodically dissolves in the liquid boiling mantle, which continuously heats fusion. The appearance of islands lands caused an evolutionary leap. Now evolution was not only in the aquatic environment, but also on land, where there were the first amphibians. However, the occupancy of land contributed more plants that have evolved from algae. Proximity to the sun allowed land plants to breathe harder, increasing the oxygen content in the atmosphere. This extra oxygen is not taking part in the reaction with hydrogen. It saturated the atmosphere, causing the air was fit for land organisms. Some fish crawled onto land and learned to breathe oxygen, not only dissolved in water, but also contained in the atmosphere. Plants and animals began to explore the coastline and eventually retreat with ocean-populated new land areas. Increasing land surface, some aquatic life finally moved onto land. But the ocean is still covered almost the entire surface of the globe. The evolution of living organisms has become a go on the land. Plants, insects, mammals and dinosaurs began to develop continents. Of flying dinosaurs, the ancestors of birds, conquered an airspace. As a result of the evolution of mammals appeared rational creature, man. Part mammals back into the ocean in search of food. But mammals have not learned to breathe oxygen dissolved in water, and they still have to emerge from time to time and to breathe oxygen from the air.